Hey guys, Luke here. We're back for another episode of my Dream Team Tour. Let's get straight into the game. And before I fully start, I'd say if you could drop a like, that'd be really cool. And subscribe to my channel, that'd also be really cool. As we see Jack Reed there, who's featured in this team. And that team that we're going to be doing is a team of centres. Now, I don't know how I'm going to word that in the title, but obviously you'll be able to see it by now. And the link of the team lineup, it's in the description if you desire to read it yourself quickly before I start the game. Or if you want to hear me listen, and if you want to hear me just read them out and talk about it, you can do that. Or you can read it when their little picture shows up on the screen just after my team is shown. And I wish maybe I'm going to have to start putting my team as the away team so I can skip through the team once I've seen their side. So I think at this stage you all know what my team is. It hasn't changed at all for a little while. Now here's the team lineup. I forgot Konrad Hurrell to start off with, but I took him out for Tim Simona. So, yeah, Simona was in the side. Forgot about Hurrell, put him in. Because there was no way he was not going to get picked. So, kick off by Jarrod Croker. We'll get into the team lineup in a second. So, we have fullback Josh Morris. We have the wingers Dane Gagai and Will Hopoate. The centres are Jarrod Croker and Michael Jennings. The halves are Justin Hodges and Jamie Lyon. The props are Joseph Leilua and Jamal Idris. The hooker is Dylan Walker. Second row is Will Chambers, Steve Matai, and the lock is Jack Reed. We should be able to rip this team apart, to be honest. And the bench is Kane Linnett, Brad Takairangi, Tim Lafai, and Konrad Hurrell. So as you can tell, like I said before, Simona would have been in that spot that Hurrell's in, number 17. I don't know where Hurrell would be best played, a prop or second row. I don't know. For this side, that I mean, like in real life, if he was going to play in the forwards, he'd be a second rower. He would not be a prop. Well, at least, I don't know. Actually, maybe he would be a prop. Because, oh, they've dropped it. Jamal, well, yeah, good for them. Well, good for us, sorry. Go inside it. Oh, no, we couldn't go inside. To James Graham. Slow markers. There's our... He would have been in this side, like, a little bit ago. Last year. Oh, sorry, not last year. Year before that. Oh, James Graham couldn't get through. Gonna go back out to England. No, we're not. I was lying, guys. I was lying the whole time. Come on, Sean Johnson. And they get to it. Now, we're going to go through the side and why I pick players in certain positions. Now, this isn't necessarily the best centres in the game. This is the best suited to the position, I thought. As Guerrero takes the ball. Inglis bunts off one. So start off with fullback, and that was Josh Morris. Reason being, he's played fullback before. Last year, he was the replacement for Barber, or to some extent he was. He wasn't initially, but he ended up playing there, and he played pretty well. I thought he was, he was pretty good. He was probably the best player for the Bulldogs when he was playing fullback. Not that he isn't generally one of the best for the Bulldogs all the time, but he was definitely showed some skills at fullback. I think, I don't know, maybe Jennings, Dylan Walker were other considerations, especially Dylan Walker, because I think he ripped it up when he played fullback in the time where Inglis got hurt one game, but he's only ever played that one little game. Yeah, so that was the reason for Josh Morrison. I think Jennings would also rip it up at fullback. Another one was Will Hopoate, Justin Hodges, people like that, but yeah, settled on Morris. The wingers Dane Gagai and Will Hopoate. Basically, Gagai, I wanted him in the side. I didn't know where to put him. I thought he's too small to be in the forwards for sure, compared to other guys. And put him on the wing. And Hopoate probably could have been in the forwards, but I thought, just throw him on the wing. So really, there wasn't really too much thought about that. Just put them in there. You could exchange any other centres in there. I don't know, if you want to put Brent Tate in there, you can put Brent Tate in there. Like, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so that's the reason for that. Then we have the centre pairing of Jarrod Croker and Michael Jennings. Now, these aren't necessarily the best centres. Like I said, just other players are more suitable. Now, Jennings is definitely, he's a pretty good pick for the centre. Jarrod Croker isn't the top centre, but I wanted him in the side for his goal kicking. Because we needed a goal kicker in this side. So I thought he'd be a pretty good pick. And, he's an okay centre. I don't know where everyone keeps saying he should get picked for rep sides. I don't know if that's Raiders fans just, hoping that the favourite player gets in there or not. I assume it is. It probably was kind of like before Josh Reynolds did all the stupid stuff. Bulldogs players were like, oh, Josh Reynolds should get picked. and then he gets picked and they don't like him anymore for some reason. Well, not to say they don't like him, but a lot of people have gone off him. I can see why, but at the same time, come on. There, Tim Lafai off the bench, comes in and kills it. First run. And he runs out, wow. So we've gone through them. Oh, sorry, we haven't really. Oh, yeah, we have. Come on, Thurston. That was kind of cool. It would have been cool if it worked out. And James Graham gets thrown back. So that's enough of the centres. Like, not too much to talk about. There's not too much reasoning needed for the centres. The halves, and this is an interesting one. Now, this is probably the most natural half selection out of like all of the non-actual halves players. Now, Hodges, he's played a fair bit of fullback, a little bit of 5'8". I don't know if he played 5'8" this year, but I'm pretty sure he's played 5'8" before. If not, he's played fullback and played like a 5'8", so he can play that. And Jamie Lyon's played 5'8" many times. I think he even played 5'8" in a grand final for Manly. I can't remember exactly if he did, but I think he has. I think he's played for New South Wales at 5'8". Like he's just a good player. He's a quality player line. He was in that yesterday's episode of the Team of the Year at centre. But yeah, he can definitely play at 5'8" if needed, and he wouldn't look out of place. Just got to look to this year when there was a few injuries. He ended up playing 5'8", as well as Hiku and all that. But yeah, I know he's in halfback, but there's not too much difference these days between halfback and 5'8". Let's be honest, they're just pretty much two halfbacks now on either side. Then we move into the props. Now, Joseph Leilua I thought was a pretty good one. We could have put Hurrell there, like I said before. There's a few players we could put. Come on, Inglis. Now this one. Damn it. James putting a little step on. So that's half time. We're going to go up 6-0. Yeah. Joseph Leilua, or BJ Leilua. I think he doesn't like to be called that anymore. I'm not sure why he ever liked to be called that, to be honest. BJ. There's so many jokes to be made about that. I'm not going to do that. Leave in the comments your best one if you can think of them. Just going to put a hit on. We couldn't. Oh, and then Hodges pushes him off. Yeah, Joseph Leilua. He's a big dude, big aggressive. He hits the line pretty hard. Most suitable to prop, I think, in this. Apart from Jamal Idris, who's the other prop. We may as well talk about him a little bit. So he's played in the forwards before for the Bulldogs. I don't know if he's played at any other club, whether it be Titans or Panthers, but he definitely played a little bit in 2010 for the Bulldogs. I would know, Bulldog supporter. And he was okay. He played second row. I know it's not the same as prop, but he's so big he could probably play prop if needed. At a stretch, I should say. And out of all these guys, he'd be the most suited, I think. And then Leilua was the second most suited. And then we move on to hooker. Now, the logical thing would be pick Jamie Lyon or someone there, but because Dylan Walker was a 5'8" before being a centre, I think, so he could have played centre. We could have had. Now think about it, Justin Hodges being known for his dummy half runs all the time, so it probably would have been a better choice picking him to play the dummy half position, but we haven't done that. And Dylan Walker's there, and I don't think he's a bad choice. He probably could play hooker for a little bit if needed. If Luke Keary can do it, Dylan Walker can do it. And then we got the second row as Will Chambers, Steve Matai. Now, there's a few people say Takairangi, and I would agree, but I'd already made the side and I can't be bothered changing it, to be honest. That's really the only reason for it, just a bit of laziness, and I didn't think it was that big of an issue. But Will Chambers, he's aggressive, he's like Leilua, but just a little bit more controlled. Obviously he played wing in Origin, but he's centre for the Storm, and he's a good player. Oh, what a good take. I think that was Hayne. It was Hayne for us. Yeah, but Chambers runs pretty good lines, and then we got Steve Matai who just belts him. He could even be the prop for this side, but I think he definitely needed to be in the starting side. And honestly, I think this is Steve Matai's best year. It's most consistent. No injuries that I can think of, at least no long ones. But yeah, he definitely has a lot of aggression. He has the aggression to be a forward, and he could play there at a stretch. I reckon if there was some injuries and they thought, we've got another gun centre, but we have no forwards. Stephen Matai come play centre, come play second row. He'd do it easy, and he would not look out of place, in my opinion. But maybe the injuries would catch up with him at that stage. Then we got the lock, Jack Reed. A bit of a strange one, you might think, but I think he might have played a little bit of forwards off the bench for Broncos this year. It's not that important if he hasn't. It's just that he's a big defensive sort of centre who doesn't. He's not a footwork based centre or anything like that. So he probably could play a little bit of back row, whether it be lock, I don't know, but yeah, he seems like someone who could, he doesn't mind tackling and getting hit a little bit, and perfect for a second row, especially out of all these guys. So that's the starting side. We move on to the bench. So Kane Linnett was the first one. He's he's pretty quick, but he's more of a defensive centre, I would say. So I picked him. The defensive centres are pretty easy ones to pick because they're more suitable to forwards. Forwards aren't kind of be stepping through players all the time. And Thurston drops it. And I need to sneeze now. And I've done that quickly. Hopefully you didn't hear it. And I need to do it again. But Idris, they're on a roll on. I try to mask the sneeze as much as possible. Hopefully you didn't hear it. And that's all we're going to talk about that. So Brad Takairangi, touched on him just before. Yeah, definitely should have been the starting lineup. On this game he's listed as a second row, so that says it all. But I think he's played mostly centre for the Titans. I don't know if he played too many against the Roosters, if he even played any against Roosters. But yeah, I've seen he'd signed with Tigers. I wasn't aware of that, but they've already pulled out of it. So left him in the shit a little bit because now he's, you think Titans or whatever. I don't know how many clubs were after him. Maybe there was a few others, so he can still get a good deal. But you'd think that they apparently paid massive overs for him, and now Titans be like, well, stuff you. If you want to stay, you're going to stay on nothing. But I think it probably won't end up happening because apparently they didn't want to lose him to start off with. So yeah, good for Takairangi. It broke my heart with the Titans' first Bulldogs game where he scored a try, but thankfully Mortimer or whoever it was missed the goal. But they stuffed it up for us because we still lost anyway. So I don't know how. I really don't understand this game, how we end up with the ball after that. Let's put in another kick. Uh-oh. Sonny Bill, it's your fault. Why you leave? Go to Union. God, Sonny Bill. He's the fault Bulldogs lost. Far out. Him and Barb. Oh my God. It's their fault. Their fault, I say. And then we got Tim Lafai, who's number 16. And really, I just wanted him on the side. I don't know. He's pretty strong. Probably one of the strongest centres in the game. Decent footwork. Probably be an okay second row, I suppose. And then Konrad Hurrell, the beast. Probably one of the most suitable forwards in here. We talked about him a little bit before. He rounds out the side. A pretty good side. I had a lot of trouble up against this side, to be honest. Which I thought we were just going to breeze through them. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like 24-0 or something like that. But they played pretty well. Yeah, so 6-0 win. That comes to the end of the episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If we can hit 5 likes, that'd be cool. I've never done that before. Really asked for likes for a certain amount. But yeah, 5 would be a good target, I think. And I think you can hit it. So yeah, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Hopefully we can hit 500 soon. And I'll see you for the next episode. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll see you then, guys. Bye.